What happened last time? It's been a little bit. Anybody else want to do me the favor of doing our recap this time? Because I am in a haze.
Anime things happened.
Oh, yeah. Mange had a mental fucking breakdown.
He did.
Yeah, Mange had a fucking stress breakdown, alcohol break, and confided in Siegfried over the idea of being a leader and not expecting calling himself a leader to actually carry this thing called responsibility. And we had a situation where Siegfried got a peek at Samantha's diary after she dropped a bunch of books by accident in her attempts to go. I don't remember what you were going to grab. You were in a rush to go do something.
I was going to go check the well to see if we had enough water for something or other.
Yeah.
Something.
And so he
That was just your excuse to have you drop your thing and be out for a while.
Yeah, basically.
It was just Floss giving an excuse to drop his diary.
Yeah, basically. He dropped his diary, Siegfried picked it up, read through a little bit of it, found out some interesting stuff, and sadly, at that point, I wound up getting interrupted by literally everything at my end, so you guys actually have recapped that a little bit better than I do.
Oh yeah, also, we finally let her gig, or whatever his name was, from the basement prison go.
So the one time you pronounce his name right is after he's gone.
Yeah, he just walked straight out after Samantha let him out. The rest of us didn't really care.
She managed to find the exact moment when Mange was not thinking and in a drunken haze to ask Mange, hey, can we just, let this guy go? Mange is like, what? Don't care. Go get kids.
Yeah. And the rest really didn't care when they saw anyways.
And I love the exchange too. It was basically, so do you want to leave then? It's like, I mean, yeah. Oh, why didn't you say so? Samantha goes, grabs keys, brings them back down. Oh, well, why didn't I? 2 months ago. Jeez.
He's been living in a basement with a freaking werewolf for that long almost.
He'll never get that time back.
And he was like walking up the stairs expecting a fight because, like, all right, this girl's. He also said, yeah, you're nice. You're not gonna last a week.
Yeah, his response to her generosity was to, like, basically call her out and be like, wow, you're nice. Prepare to die really fucking quickly. It was basically just like turn around and be a dick.
You're nice. You're gonna fucking die here. Bye.
And it's our job to basically keep her alive. We don't want to die to a very, very strong vampire.
And as he's going up, he's like probably expecting a fight. He's just like, oh, it's just like some people like wave to him, and he just walks out the front door. It's just the most anticlimactic thing ever. It was hilarious. I loved it.
And that is how we do in the Clan of the Cold. A bunch of fucking weirdos.
There really isn't any rhyme or reason.
Siegfried just graffitiing his armor.
Who's, I think somebody's roommate is in the chat. Hello. A certain Marcus.
Motherfucker, I told you not to blab about that. Nah, I'm lying. I didn't expect you tell him not to blab about it.
Hey, make sure you give Grey Nick as much shit as possible whenever you get the opportunity, okay? Cool.
Don't teach him weird shit. He's weird enough with my help.
Alright. So, we're just never mind. Just forget anything I was about to say.
Take it away, DM.
Yeah. Well, we come into Mordheim this session, not to where we normally go. Today we kind of come in a different building. Looks like a tavern. We come through seeing this very like crowded and like rowdy main room with like a whole bunch of people, mostly quite mutated. Very clearly some like corn followers, just being rowdy fairly late into the night. Then we head up to the stairs, go into one of the rooms. And what is Alex up to? Like late evening.
Late.
Yeah.
There's probably one of two things she's doing. One of them is gonna get age restricted, and the other one is petting her bunny.
Yeah. And not a metaphor,
that a
her
euphemism?
actual bunny.
Yes, little racing.
No, she has actual fucking bunny.
Yeah. It's a bunny with horns, I think. Got a couple horns. No, it's got one single horn.
Yeah, one horn.
It's like
Cute
half.
little bunny that somehow survived being stabbed by a bloodthirster. A bloodletter, even, not a bloodthirster.
Oh,
Yeah,
Yeah, because somebody donated something for a thing. And we still have those, and Bunny just barely survived.
so yep, she's probably grooming, like brushing her bunny or something like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Alex is there, it's like taking the time to like groom the bunny, like refill the food and all that. Like the door opens and Joel steps in.
So that she's like, "Oh, it's nice of you to finally join me."
Yeah, sorry. There's well, getting something ready. And well, on that note, well, what was wanting to head out and do some hunting. You want to come join me?
Like, all right, kind of putting Ryson down, just patting him on the head. You be good now. And she kind of like grabs her guns and her crossbow and just kind of heads off with it.
He leads you along. You guys travel through Mordheim, kind of heading up to the wall, climbing up and over it. There's like a couple ladders that have been set up by people that like regularly go through, and enough people make use of them that nobody steals them. You get up and over the walls and start heading into the forest. And Joel starts like leading you through, like clearly knowing these forests pretty well, as you've seen it before when you've gone hunting. As he leads you along, and it just he doesn't seem to be like looking for any tracks or anything like he normally does. He seems to be just like leading you towards an area.
Already have a hunting spot in mind?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, somewhere to start.
All right, sounds good.
And yeah, roll a. You can't roll. I'm just gonna
Computer floaty.
Yep. Roll a insighty thing for you. But text with charisma. Right. Yeah, so you're kind of looking at him, and so you can tell he is nervous about something, which is weird. Normally, like whenever you've gone hunting, he's normally quite calm. But something about today, he's just really nervous.
Like Alex will kind of like say, "Crystal, be on guard. Make sure nothing's coming at us." It's like something big.
No, just stuff on my mind. Just thinking about stuff, you know.
Well, yeah, we are still adjusting. 2 weeks, we're still adjusting, but you know.
Yeah. The crystal's kind of like flying around overhead, keeping an eye out on things, and will come and alert you if anything happens. He kind of leads you along up to what seems to be just like this really big bush. Well, a hedge actually, not a bush. Forgot the word. Yeah, it's this massive ass hedge that's blocking the way, and he's just walking directly towards it.
Oh, through here?
Yeah, and he kind of comes up and seems to like grab a portion and pull it up. And you see, like, yeah, he just pulls up, and this entire section pulls upwards like a door. And he kind of gestures for you to go in.
Like, oh, all right. I stepped through. Thank you kindly.
Yeah, you step through to find yourself in this like decently sized, like about the size of like a small camp that you would have. this like tree growing in the middle, like a few plants and they're scattered around, just like a very like quite pretty, like peaceful, like secluded grove. A few fireflies and that kind of flittering around.
Oh my god, this is beautiful.
Yeah, I found this well, before I came to Mordheim, really. Use it when I was staying out.
So pretty. Thank you for showing me. This is amazing.
Well, this it wasn't the only thing I wanted to show you. As you like turn around to look at him, you see he's down on one knee and he's got this small box in his hand.
Oh my god. Wait.
I know you pretty much already announced it, but there's like a way to do things. He opens up the box. This like small, like fairly battered, like quite old looking ring. Like you can see like 3 little like cradles where it holds something. 2 of them are missing. One has a very small like emerald in it.
Absolutely, I will. It's kind of like taking the box and just grappling him in a hug.
And then we can probably fade out of that because Alex takes the fairly battered, clearly like quite old and probably like passed down generationally like ring. Presumably also a bit sold now and then given the missing gems. Yeah, we kind of fade out on that lovely little scene. As we come back into Mordheim to see this just madhouse of a base. Who wants to do that thing first? So we have a thing for Siegfried.
I thought it'd be go for Siegfried first.
I'll go.
Yeah, so we kind of cut over and see the base, and then we see, like starting to get into the night, we see, Siegfried kind of stepping out of the base and heading out to go and do some reconnaissance for a potential place. He starts looking around, kind of like keeping hidden as best he can, not wanting to attract a ton of attention. Start moving through, kind of looking at places, finding like a lot of like very damaged and basically unusable buildings. So you find one like large manor that looks nice, and you step inside, and the whole place is just gutted. It's like somehow all the externals are fine, but everything inside is collapsed into this like huge pile, taking up like half of the room. So you're like, well, that ain't gonna work. You leave that one, continue exploring around, and then you get kind of like closer to the river and a bit closer to the bridge that spans it. And you find this place that looks promising. It's like a couple of like large warehouses and like a third smaller building quite near the water. You can see like the tops of these like crane things set up. And it's like this small wall, about like 8 foot or so you can jump and climb it, but it's still something. It's like this large gate, which pretty wide, like definitely like more than enough room to fit 2 carts through at the same time. Yeah. What is Siegfried doing to investigate this building or area?
So you said the gate was closed but not locked?
Yeah, you can see it's closed, but it's like it's cracked a little bit. You can tell it's not locked or anything.
He'd go up to it and with the tip of his sword still in the sheath, he's gonna just kind of like start pushing one of the doors open.
Yeah, start pushing in. It takes some strength because it is like a fairly big like gate. Yeah, there's like big heavy wooden gate. You start pushing open. Yeah, you easily enough get it open enough to fit through.
All right, and then I'll start my stroll in. I don't see any. So once I step through the gate, do I see any lights on in any of the buildings?
Yeah, you step in and should be on the map. Yeah, You see these like two large warehouses, that smaller building off in the distance a bit. Yeah, no lights or anything that you can see. You can see like a fair amount of like growth, like a lot of like plants have grown up through like all the stuff on the ground. There's a fair amount. It's like a weird amount of barnacles on like the side of the warehouses and that. So it's not the best upkeep, but it's about as well as can be expected in Mordheim.
The warehouse is farther from the water than the little one.
Yeah, it's
Have
like
barnacles on them.
yeah, it's like the water is like just off of the bit, just off of this. It's like just off there. There's like a couple like pier dock things. Then the warehouses are here. Yeah, it's like along the wall that's facing the water. These like barnacle-like stuff. Actually, you wouldn't be able to see it from there, but whatever. Yeah, and like other plants and vines and that kind of growing around it, the kind of stuff that you'd expect.
Traveling along the wall, he's gonna eventually just kind of move this way and then up towards this building.
Yeah, move yourself along. You moving all cautiously.
Yeah.
You
He knows the type of place he's
Poor
roaming at night.
Samantha, he's moving along the right edge and then up to the corner of one of the warehouses to take cover and glance around from the looks of it.
As you kind
Yeah,
of come up,
especially
like,
not leaving his back exposed to anything if it's dark out, and moving up
there's also
right to the wall.
is Siegfried like carrying around a lantern or a torch or anything, or are you just like night eyeing it? Yeah, we got about roughly like 2 half moons out, so Warhammer nights are fairly bright because there are 2 moons, so it's enough to see decently by.
Yeah, for now he would night eye.
I imagine you have a lantern of that on you though, or you just have your flaming sword if you need it.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah.
And
Come up creeping along, like putting a hand along the wall to steady yourself, like keep in mind where it is and all that. Yeah, it's got a bit of dampness to it, but it's like maybe like a bit more than you expect, but still nothing like unreasonable, since it is very near like a fairly like active river. And yeah, you'd definitely be able to. The river's quite loud. It's fairly fast through more time. Pretty much just shy of being rapids. Definitely helping with stealth. That's gonna mask the sound of your armor.
True. When he gets up to the wall, can he see? Can he peek around the corner, see where the door is?
Yeah, you peek around, you see like a large set of doors, kind of like in the main bit there. There's also like a smaller like single person door there. The main door for like getting cargo in there, and then a small one person for people. It's like closer to you.
He's actually gonna forgo the one closer to him, but try to go in through the big wide doors.
Yeah, you kind of creep up and you see like, the big wide doors they're closed. You're not entirely sure if they're locked or not.
He'll try to just give it a push against one, see if it moves at all.
Yeah, you give it a push and it slowly creaks open a bit. So clearly, again, fairly heavy doors. These doors are probably like 15 foot high and like 20 foot wide. So pretty big doors. So obviously, people need to get big things through and all that.
All right, he'll slip on in once it opens a crack.
You slip on through, kind of. Yeah, so you're like closing it behind you, or you're leaving it open enough for you to fit through.
Gonna leave it open enough.
Yeah, so you're gonna push it open enough. There's like a pattern of rust that falls off of the hinges, and it creaks decently loudly as you do. You're obviously trying to keep it quiet, but it still creaks. You push through and like blinking and trying to look around in like the deeper darkness inside. So you can see like there are windows, but they are very grimy. And yeah, roll me a perception. You try and like look around inside the fear and make out what you can see.
All right, I just clicked my sheet, but it came out as this transparent little name tag.
Oh, double click on the name tag that normally sorts it.
Yep. It's because it's
Yeah,
minimized.
if it doesn't, then you need to refresh. That'll happen on occasion.
Oh, here we go. It's all war. One sec.
Well, damn.
And
Some
you don't have
bitch is
protection, do you?
oblivious. I mean, you have the skill, so you could re-roll it.
Well, do you have detection? Because you rolled just only perception.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I do.
You can re-roll it then if you want.
Yeah, then try. Yeah, then you probably
I
should.
think I will.
Yeah, and make sure whenever I say roll a perception, I mean detection, because there's not really an opportunity where detection doesn't apply. Yeah,
That is-
you start like
That is
looking
quite a
around,
bit
and,
better.
for a moment you like go to step forward and you realize like, no, I should let my eyes adjust for a minute before I start patrolling around in here. Yeah, you can like stand in the doorway, can like cover your eyes, help them adjust to it quicker. You start looking around. And yeah, you can make out like the wide open space with like a few crates and that kind of scattered around into like an upper like gantry around the top, obviously people to walk around on. And you can see this like, aside from like all of these crates, you see like across from you about like probably like the middle of this warehouse is this like very large shape, probably like 30 foot along, like 20 foot high, big lump. They're not entirely sure what it is. You can't really make out any of the details.
Across from me on the ground.
Yeah, because across from you, it's like this big lump on the ground.
I want to just study the shape for a minute, see if there's any see if there's any movement of it.
You can try another detection with disadvantage to try and make out any details. It is very dark, and so everything's like black and white and shadows and all that. So I can make out the details. You still got
Terrible.
rerolls if you want.
Yeah. Well, all right.
Yeah, so as you look at it, you can see, yeah, you can't make out the details. It's this big, like, slightly lumpen mass. Like, you think there might be, like, some kind of, like, covering over it. Like, somebody put either a massive thing or, like, a big pile of things and then covered it, maybe. But again, you can't really make out any of the details, especially not from that distance.
I'll start moving over.
So, like, gingerly approaching. Would there be a distance that, like, you'll stop at, or you, like, approaching it properly?
I'd stop like about halfway to it and just see if anything happens, and I'd keep going.
Yeah, you could, like, approach it. Roll a stealth, just for the hell of it. That will be dex with a... Yeah, you just have normal heavy armor, right? You don't have chaos armor?
Yep.
Yep. So that'll be a dex with a -2. You have heavy armor. Nippy chinkin.
Ka-chunk, ka-chunk. Ho-ho.
-2 though.
I mean, it's still a nat 1, doesn't matter.
Okay.
Doesn't matter, got 1. Yeah, so you're kind of like using the river, kind of like moving when there's like slight extra like crashiness to it, and you're like keeping any sound that you're making blocked with it and being really cautious where you step and all that. Yeah. You like approach this thing. Yeah. What are you doing? Now, how close do you get? What are you doing?
So yeah, once I'm about halfway there, I'd stop, see if there's any noticeable change, and if not, just keep moving.
Yeah. So like, how close are you getting to this thing?
Oh, ultimately, I'll go right up to it.
So yeah, you go right up to it, and yeah, roll me another perception check as you get right up to it, and you got obviously a lot better vision on it.
Failure.
I mean, do you want to use another reroll? You can if you want.
I think I should start saving.
Yeah, see, looking at this, like, yeah, this big lumping thing. Yeah, see, able to make it out a bit better. So, yeah, you got the size about right. Roughly like 25, 30 foot long, about another bit close, it's more like 15 foot high. As it is. Yeah, it's like this big lump. Yeah, you're not sure what it is. You're like 5 foot from it, or so.
I want to give it a. Ooh. Could I extend one of my arms and just give it a pat?
Yeah, I forget you have the stretchy arms. Yeah, you kind of take a second, like,
First,
hold on to your
first time it
shoulder
comes in
blade
clutch.
and yeah, like hold onto your shoulder pad to keep it there and stretch out your arm. Yeah, you stretch it out and bap, and the arm pulls back. And I forgot to get my dice out.
And the monster turns into a set of dice.
And then you need to roll the thing.
And monster turns into nat ones.
Yeah, so you like reach out and you slap it. Okay. Check.
Another long arm reaches through a
Yeah,
dark and
I need
slaps
to
you
check
across
what
the
that
face.
means. Yeah, so you see the like the shape like moves a bit, like kind of shimmies around a bit, but does that for a moment, then stops.
Huh. Like shimmies, like kind of like to the side a little bit, or just kind of in place.
Like yeah, like shifts on the spot, kind of like almost wiggling.
What did it feel like when my hand touched it?
Yeah, you only got
Like,
a
it
quick
feel
slap,
hard,
and you
or-
do have like a thick, and you do have like a thick glove on. But yeah, it was hard. It's like this hard substance, maybe like metal or wood or something, some kind of tough material.
Huh. Hmm. I'm gonna wait a minute and then do it again.
Yeah, you wait a moment, the thing like stops moving, and you extend your arm, slap it again. And this time you see it shifts, and then moves, and then starts like growing. It starts to like raise off the ground.
All right, this is not a boat. I knew it.
As you see this very
Giant
large
enemy crab!
crab. Yeah. This large enemy
Da,
crab
da, 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 da. Oh, wait, that's
that
spider.
starts like getting up. What are you doing?
You seem to be roboting a little Trisky.
I am I'm gonna just start backing away. See if this shape moves towards me.
Yeah, it starts like jerking and like shifting and seemingly getting up. And you're like crunching as it like seems to grind against itself and get
Oh,
up.
it's one of these things.
Just keeps
Oh,
playing
I
Total
love these.
Warhammer. He knows what this is.
Yeah, they fancy.
You said they're fucking easy.
I said they're funsy.
Oh, I thought you said they're easy.
I want it
So
as a
this
pet,
thing is, like,
but then again, I
getting
want
up.
fucking everything as a pet nowadays, so...
And yeah, so what is Siegfried
Alex
doing?
2.0.
Siegfried's gonna start moving back while this thing's still getting up.
So yeah, are you just like moving backwards to get some room, or are you like trying to hide? Like, what's your goal?
I'm trying to just kind of get as close to the exit as I can.
Yeah, roll an athletics dex. Then if you're actually just trying to like move away from it. Yeah, you start moving away from it, and you basically get to the door. You're like at the door, like ready to squeeze through. This thing like gets up, starts like looking around. Yeah, roll a stealth, also you can have advantage because you did get a good distance away from it. That is the right die. Alright, it succeeded by 0. Yeah, you see this like thing gets up and starts like see this like tiny little head with its 2 antennas are like looking around the place. And yeah, it's like is it like hang around to watch it, or are you just like getting out of the door?
I'm getting out of the door. I think I have a good enough idea about this thing at least.
Okay. Are you following the same path back, or are you moving different?
I'm going to move towards this warehouse and just take a peek.
Yeah, you start moving across. Roll me a luck dex. Okay. As you move across and feel something like crunch under your foot and quickly pull it back, as you hear this sound and look down to see what looks like a clam that's just snapped shut, which is like partially hidden in like the debris on the floor.
Well then.
If you that probably would have really fucking hurt.
Siegfried's gonna actually just start heading back towards the gate now.
How are you doing it?
As he would try to he tried to retrace his steps, minus going inside the place.
The door. Yeah, you like head back towards the door and then try and move around. Yeah, roll me another stealth. I'll say advantage again, since you're on like, yeah, there's the river and solid objects and all that.
And double nat 20. Close enough.
Yeah, you like step over, kind of getting up to the door, as you hear this scuttling sound from the inside and feel something to the door. The door like shake outwards, but seemingly hold as this thing is trying to hit them open outwards when they open inwards.
Run, Siegfried, run!
Yeah, Siegfried is going to in fact run.
Alright, roll initiative.
Woo!
Giant enemy crab.
Yeah, so you hear this like into the doorway. No, okay, stealth doesn't work. You go to start running. As wow, that is a natural 19. The thing hits into the door. It's like the wood splintering. One of the hinges like pops off, but the door is holding. Show me your moves. How are you running?
Show me your moves.
Panic.
So, yeah, as far as you could get. So that would be towards that wall.
And show me a path. The gate is like here.
There.
Mm-hmm. Are you like hugging the wall on your way back?
Yeah, essentially.
You can dash as well if you're not trying to be stealthy. You can get another 30 feet.
Fair point.
You're being really cautious.
He does not want to get caught by one of your Dead by Daylight trapper bear traps.
Hey, they're like weird. They were like weird, like clamshell things.
Same idea.
Yeah, so you're like running along, kind of hugging the walls, retracing your steps, keeping an eye on the floor very carefully. Now that you know that something is trying to eat your feet, and you hear another. And yep, this time. This huge crab kind of like staggers outwards as it breaks the doors open, comes standing out and starts like swiveling its head around, locks onto you.
Uh,
And so, are you just running?
yeah. So yeah, he would keep going through the door. When he gets through the gate, if he gets through the gate, he's gonna try to push it back behind him.
All right. Yeah, you get through the gate and you like pull it shut, but you realize you don't know any way to lock it.
Oh yeah, his goal's not locking. His goal's just making sure there's as much of a barrier between him and
Yeah,
this.
so you like close it as you like keep running, or you trying to like hold it closed.
Oh no, it's just gonna stay running at that point.
All right. So this is going to be the first use of my favorite mechanic in the game. I need to find where it is. Where is you?
My DM, we need some appropriate running the fuck away from a giant crab music.
It's Francesco Fancy.
This is a little bit more on the mellow side than I would have expected for running away from giant fucking crab. That's a bit better.
God, where is this? I can't.
You can have multiple tracks at the same time, by the way.
Yeah. I'll just find it by looking through it, it'd be quicker.
I mean, you could just literally go into the thing and search Chase.
I couldn't remember exactly what it's called. There we are. See? So you start running. Now let's shift this to a more generic map.
Oh no, it's a white void. Oh no, he got caught by this crab already.
As you close the door,
Teleportation.
let's say you'd start with a 50-foot head start.
Move that bitch back like 3 tiles. There you go.
I need one more chance. How long it lasts? Okay. So you don't get to know how long. It's like the maximum time. And I'll say that if you can make it, if you can get to like a 100-foot gap from this thing, then you'll get away.
Here we go.
I mean, you could just make it a little bit easier and put the crab at the far right end, and then just only move him.
Nice, that is 60 foot away.
You said 50, but okay, I don't mind giving him more space.
No, I meant 60.
Well then, okay.
So you start running. So initiatives don't matter. So normally you pick a leader, but there's only one person on each side. You make a con athletics. The winner closes the gap. I think the first round it has a door in the way, so it will get disadvantage.
Okay.
So it got
Okay.
5.
Alright.
You win. So roll 3d10. See how much distance you make. You got a great success, so you can get an extra d10. So you can roll one more d10.
Let's see.
We'll round up for the sake of things.
So 20.
I moved him at 20 feet. Alright. Now let's see if anything fun happens. Yes. Roll me a d20. Oh wait, it happens anyway. That will be, it happens to, this one will happen to the crab. Dangerous hazard. The EM poses a physical threat of some kind. And default characters must make a luck dex or suffer some damage. Actually, it doesn't matter who. Well, we'll apply to Crabbo first. So 3 people, so it'll apply to all of you. So as you start running along, you roll a luck dex. I shall roll the same for the Crabbo. Failed. I need more d6s.
I have also.
You can re-roll there, remember?
Oh god.
I will. Also failure.
Okay. So, as you go along, what would this dangerous hazard be? So yeah, I'd say probably like as you start like running out of this, you notice this this man in this like large like finished like leather like trench coat kind of deal with his hat, which well you're from the Empire, you'd recognize as a witch hunter. Kind of steps out, notices you, kind of squints for a moment, notices your obvious chaos markings and mutations and that, brings out this pistol and shoots you. Oh, he rolled good damage. So that is 16. So 16, so 21 damage. The shot just hits into you, kind of hitting you in the shoulder, spinning you a bit, but you keep going. He does also hit the crab, because the crab failed. 4, 13... So 20 damage to the crab. Yeah, as you, like, feel that hit to your shoulder, keep going, you can, like, glance back, see the crab also take a shot into the side. And then the witch hunter kind of sees that, shoots the crab, and then ducks backwards into hiding. Crab kind of looks over, doesn't see anything, and keeps chasing you. So yeah, take your damage.
Those pesky random witch hunters.
Oh crap!
Pretty much. But damn.
Yeah, you got 21 damage. Yeah, you keep going. Give me another con athletics. It succeeded by 13.
You succeed by 9, so it wins.
The Crabbo wins. The d10s. I should just keep my dice thing out. Stop putting it away.
Why are you putting it away?
I don't know, I'm a dumbass.
I can relate.
8
I think we all can.
and 17. The crab as you start going, but you notice the crab scuttling. Like, he was like before, like moving forwards and like hitting the door. Now, seemingly wanted to get speed, turns and starts scuttling sideways. Probably like close like the speed of a horse when this thing actually goes sideways.
Oh boy.
So, it's got some speed. And roll a d20.
You just had to poke the freaking thing.
Dude, dangerous hazard again.
Oh, god damn it.
God.
Why don't
The
I
rest
do
of
D4?
that witch hunt is bad.
3, so both of you. Luck next. Crab fails. So
Why does the
they-
music here not want to
falling
fucking
at
loop?
this rate.
Oh, great
You
success.
start running along, and you notice like this one spot that you'd avoided earlier, which like the ground kind of just like looks like some sludge at first glance, but on the way here you notice some like eyes and like mouths. You notice that and just jump over it as you go. The crab does not notice it; just keeps scuttling forwards. Kind of runs across it, taking 8 damage. And it is looking quite hurt now. It's taken 28 damage.
Oh my god.
It took 20 damage from the witch just shooting it in the face, and took 8 damage from that thing
I
eating
feel
its
like at
leg.
this point, you could just turn around and just cut its face
Oh.
off.
Oh, my plan exactly.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it a test to see if it gives up the chase at that. No, it wants you.
It
All right,
wants the man
come
who
and get
poked
me.
it.
So,
And
are
I'm
you
gonna
giving up
turn
the chase
around.
and are you giving up the chase and just turning to fight it?
Yep.
Alright. Well then.
I imagine
Roll
you just
initiative.
stop in the middle of a street. There's like a clock tower nearby. It just strikes high noon.
Actually, we can go to a proper map for this then.
I like the sudden fade to black I got, and then suddenly blurry giant crab.
You can like run down the thing, then look back and see this thing kind of like this like thick purplish blood kind of like oozing out of one side. Its feet like fairly hurt, and it's like staggering a bit. You're like, wait a minute, I could take this thing.
I swear to God, looking at this, it just looks like a giant meme shit post. I'm sorry, but it does.
Oh, I've been taking pictures the whole way.
Right, and its initiative. Not good. Yep, so you turn back and decide that you're not running and just face this thing. Face the giant enemy crab. Yeah.
All right. I'm going to let's see, how many feet away is it right now?
Strike the giant enemy crab for massive damage.
Yeah, it's 60
It's actually,
feet. Yeah,
I was just
you're
deciding
in
when I
range to
could
charge
draw
if you
my
want.
sword. There we go.
Yeah, you're just in range to charge if you want.
Yeah,
I'm
so
only
can I
seeing black, so I'm gonna reconnect.
I'm gonna switch my or I'm gonna switch my combat style to charging. And so it doesn't get that advantage.
Yeah, you kind of draw out the sword and like hold it down
no.
in that forward position. You're running.
I can't
forward.
draw the sword in the middle of the attack to try to shriek it.
Yeah, fair. But you can either shriek or attack. You can't do both in one turn.
All right, never mind. So
It's an action.
just
It's an
for show.
action to do your thing.
Yeah, never mind.
Oh,
Then
wait,
I do
no.
draw my sword.
Wait,
What?
no, I might be confusing. Yeah, the shriek is just the thing that happens when you draw the blade. Yeah, you can do that on the run. Yeah,
It's actually
if
pretty
you're
cool
a
then.
fighter, you won't need to roll this if you fumble it or anything trying to draw on the run. You know enough. You start running forward, like along the way, pulling it out to weaponize the
Let's
screen.
go.
You go running at it. What is the test it needs to make against the screen?
Scream makes, I believe it would be a
A look,
Will,
will,
yeah.
or be frightened.
Yep.
It succeeds with a 4.
It really
Which
wants
is good
that
for it
ass.
because it does not have good will. Like Solomon could 2-hit this thing. You probably can as well from the help that's at.
all right. And now I'm gonna smack.
You go charging forward, kind of drawing the blade as it starts screeching. this thing can, like, backs up, the claw's kind of covering its face for a moment, but it recovers quick enough that you can't make any advantage from it. You jump in and swing this blade, and Jesus
And
Christ.
you fucking crit the rest of it down!
20 fucking 8 damage.
What is up with you and critting the big bad at the end? Rolling that 20s for the big bad.
It has a thing, so it doesn't take like the max damage from a crit, so you still have to roll the damage.
Oh, God damn it. Fantastic, though.
Just do another attack, and we'll do that damage.
And I'm sadly not seeing the battle screen at all. I'm just getting black, so I'm following the battle screen on the stream.
That's 12.
Run up, kind of like bringing this blade out and just stabbing it in. You can like hit into the shell and chip off a big chunk, but the shell seems like absorb a lot of the hit as you like slice through to the flesh beneath. Even this deep gouge in it is. It's not having a fun time. Here's its health bar.
You just wanted a good night's sleep, but couldn't resist the midnight snack, and I was just paying.
I believe you have a nat 19 effect.
Yeah, but that was an nat 20.
I do.
Yeah, what does it do?
Nat 19 cause injury.
Nat 19 cause injury. All right, roll a d20.
That
It only
wasn't an...
resists the damage and resists the other effects.
Does he get the nat 19 effect on a nat 20, though?
Yeah, he's a fighter.
Oh,
Yeah.
he has that now. Okay.
Yeah.
I picked the same
17
thing, I can
minus
do it.
scar. So if it somehow survives,
Oh.
it's gonna have a good scar across its forehead.
Although the crab is gonna laugh.
Siegfried's going to, like, non-lethal the last of this with the blade, somehow just find some random goblins nearby, kill them to satisfy its lust, and then make this crab its beast.
He's gonna find something else to kill decently soon.
I mean, he could technically beat it into a pet.
As I'm gonna roll a thing for this guy, see if he just wants to leg it. No! It has 8 will, it's on a 3 and a 4 for its will stop.
God, it would be great. Opposite
really
face
hits.
now as Siegfried needs a kill. Granted, if he went back that way, maybe you could find a witch hunter and hopefully you'd be alone, but
You know, this thing's kind of like snapping at you as you like slash into it. You can like trying to like anime style, like expecting it to be dead. Then it can like raise up and just snap at you with these 2 massive ass pincers. One is a 17. The other is a nat 1, but we'll find out the damage first. So does a 17 hit you? That is 16 damage.
Ooh.
And it
Ow.
snips you in the chest, kind of like clipping your arm, and you just managed to pull it back.
Ooh, it's acid though.
Nat 1.
Acid damage.
It's acid though.
And, I mean, also
Yeah,
got
you
a
have
nat
acid
1,
blood.
so you can get your free attack on it. Just do that, we'll see if the blood matters.
For fuck's sake.
Yeah, I got a 9 and a nat 1.
19.
Miss! Yeah,
Wait,
so
the
roll
19.
fucking acid blood. Yeah, 19 misses. You like slash into this thing, like slashing across this like armored carapace. This digging a deep gouge but not doing any actual damage.
And that's
As the
4
acid
damage from that.
splashes onto its face, and it is not enjoying that. It is on 2.
Ah,
It's like every battle is either we almost TKO or we completely wipe the enemy.
It's like these things have the potential to just absolutely fuck you up. It's just that Siegfried also does so much fucking damage with his sword.
and Solomon can self-heal, and Mange can ignore half damage.
Alright, so Siegfried, your turn. It got its 2 attacks, it hit, missed, and got shanked.
Yeah, you didn't do the 16 damage, by the way. Now you did. There you go.
Yeah, Siegfried's turn.
Ooh.
I'm gonna make another attack.
The one time
Kill
I
it.
got you running. Hey, you miss!
Oh, but I'm gonna use that rogue's hidden blade thing to attack again.
Yeah, so you're gonna stab into this thing and kind of miss, like kick it in the face as you do a like reverse slash. My
Damn.
team still misses. This thing has a lot of armor on it.
You don't say.
I'll tell you, it has 22 AC. So you need to roll pretty good to actually hit it. That's the danger of this thing, is that it's just got a lot of AC for this game. And yeah, you like slash through it, like taking a big X cut into the armor, but it's like shifting it, getting the claws on the way, like guarding its face. You're just taking deep gouges out of the shell, but not actually doing any damage. So you might kill it just with your blood, as the thing's going to try and grab you again. That is a... well, it's 20. So we'll hit. Do 7 damage, because it rolled minimum. And roll your d4, see if you kill it with your blood. Get a blood, it survived.
Statistically, he should win this.
Of the creatures in Mordheim.
Yep.
Yeah, so like brings them up and just like grabs you by the waist, lifts you up towards its face, and it starts like pinch. And it does so, some of the blood kind of sprays out and gets it in the face, and it screeches and drops you. That's like batting at its face with its claws, like trying to rub it off. And you see like its face like slightly melting. And how does Siegfried finish off giant enemy crab?
He watches the melt for a second, kind of wrinkles nose in disgust, but then remembering he has the sword has a debt that goes with it, gives a quick final thrust of his sword straight between its googly crab eye.
He's thrust through this like melting face, stabbing through the blade, igniting as it goes inside, cooking this thing from the inside, and it collapses to the ground. The smell of baked crab filling the air.
Now,
Hey!
do I have any like bags and stuff with me I could conceivably fit stuff in?
I mean, I imagine you have like a backpack. It's like assuming how you're carrying all your shit.
I might
just have like a backpack.
I might just go ahead and take an extra few slices off while I'm standing here of that nice baked crab meat, put it in the bag to bring back for food.
See the blade, get out like a small knife that you keep on you and slice off some meat.
Hey, and it is shellfish, so Samantha could eat it.
Yeah,
Eating that snake woman.
Yeah, you're not sure how good this thing is going to taste, but it's food.
It's crab. It's a fucking delicacy in some places.
Technically, it's a Promethean.
It's a what?
Technically, it's a fucking giant enemy crab that he just fucking killed. Cooked.
Giant spider.
Is it chaos corrupted or not?
Didn't even need to attack the weak point for massive damage. He just
Yes!
stabbed it.
Blood on it.
Its weak point was getting bled on.
Which is, I feel like I could have died.
If Solomon had been up against that thing, that would have been fun.
These things can be scary, but dealing damage to people when they hurt you is decently strong.
And I had 2 of those things. Yeah.
And yeah, that thing just taking like half damage before the fight started.
To be fair, so did Siegfried, if I recall.
Yeah, it took a bit more, but yeah, you both took some damage. Just a random witch hunter to the rescue.
Yeah, pesky random witch hunters just scattered randomly throughout Mordheim, coming out of nowhere just to shoot people as they pass by.
I mean, kind of.
Yeah.
They're almost as bad as the Skaven, like, for fuck's sake.
Yeah, Siegfried just
That's the Skaven.
back to the base with his new bounty of giant enemy crab meat.
Yay!
All in all, kind of a successful night.
Ah, boy.
Is there any other scene anybody wants to do before we do a second one with Miss Alex?
Maybe a short one of like Samantha like raiding.
Yeah, like see if he comes back and like leaves the crab meat in the kitchen. Samantha finds it in the morning.
Yeah, you come home and you just find the strangest sight you've ever seen. Samantha and Riki are sitting down, and Riki letting her braid her hair.
It's
Actually-
weirder.
Actually, does Raheki have enough hair to braid?
She's pretty long haired, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, she does. Yeah, and she's Norscan. Yeah, it's like mid back length.
Meanwhile, Samantha's like, "Oh, you know what would look really pretty if I braided flowers into it."
I don't think you want to braid
Did she say
the
it?
Mordheim flowers
Did
into
she
that.
say it that way? Flowers and shit.
No, I said maybe if I. No, she said, "You know what would make it look pretty if I braided flowers into it." I said into it, not shit.
Okay. It's not like, oh damn, Samantha, you already learned to talk like that only a week or so in the city.
No, I don't think there's any flowers in this city that would look good in hair that wouldn't eat you.
Yeah, I was about to say that.
Oh well, back where I live, there's this flower called nightshade. It's a very nice looking flower. It's like it has this kind of characteristic, like seductive but deadly. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, it kills people when you eat it.
Someone just comes downstairs hearing that and just says that. Oh yeah, it kills you when you eat it.
Well, yes, but unless you eat off of your hair, I think you'll be fine.
We do have some weird animals in our party after all. I wouldn't put it past them. On the other hand, free
I
food.
imagine like Siegfried would come down like a few hours after everybody else, having had a later night, just holding his bullet wound.
Ooh.
Ish, what happened to you?
Went out fishing.
Sure, bullet wound says it all.
Yeah, I guess some witch hunter had the same idea. Anyhow, got a lot of crab meat.
I was
And
about to ask you what about the competition? Must have been harsh, but no, apparently witch hunters are worse.
yeah.
Anyway, come over here, let's check the freaking wound there. Can't let that fester.
Yeah, that'd be good. Also, when everyone's together, I some potential new base idea. Although we might have to do some clearing out.
I have a few ideas myself where I can go and check out, but I'll need to check them out first.
Yeah, just don't go poking around the dark.
I guess that's why you smell so weird now.
Yeah. That's just more time.
I will be nice and say that encounter was before this long rest, so you can add the benefits of a long rest to your health. It's half of what you've lost plus your con bonus plus D4, I think.
We do have an info packet on it.
Yeah,
Not gonna be completely SOL. I need to stop fucking
go about
muting
half of what
myself.
you've lost plus D4 plus your con bonus. Just since if you're planning to go into a base, I'm not going to have you going in at 14 health. There would also be an infirmary, which Solomon has been working on, which will have some benefits that I haven't worked out yet.
So you said half of what you lost plus D4 plus con bonus?
Yeah. But yeah, it's like the rest of you have basically had 2 long rests to hang out, so I just say like that fully heals you. Because as Siegfried took this damage halfway through the second long rest. So he'll have that for the start of, well, for next session effectively.
Hey. How many rests did you say we had? Because that affects how much rerolls and blessings I have.
Just the one. Well, you took 2 before, but I think you've already gotten the benefit of the first one.
Yeah, but long rests are several days. So.
Yeah, that's what a downtime is. A downtime takes a long one. So downtime is like 3 to 4 days. I generally go for more like 3.5. Like round it up, so 2 long rests of the week.
Yeah.
Yeah. As you guys take that, do some planning about potential places to go to set up a new base after this one got partially burned. We will cut over. Like, and here's the thing of is Alex still doing like night shift with Joel, or has she gone to daytime again?
Oh no, she's night shift with Joel now. She sleeps during the day and stays up at night.
Yeah. So during the night when you stay up, like, do you just like spend the time hanging out in your room? Do you go downstairs? Like, where does Alex hang out normally?
Well, usually either wherever Joel's hanging out or in her room. She's a bit of a free spirit if she's not with Joel.
Yeah. So probably a bit of a mix then. Sometimes in a room with Joel, sometimes downstairs having a drink. So yeah, there's like a few others that do the night shift. You kind of hang out with them.
Yeah.
See. So then we'll have like a free camera that's kind of like hanging out in your room, as we see this like shape come down to the window. Like this kind of crawls down. It's very like jangly man style. His like limbs like kind of twisting around too far. As it comes down, and the face like comes up into the window. As it comes up to, like a slightly like still smoldering lantern, like near the window. We see a familiar face. It's like the big the big top hat, like almost glowing eyes, the extended almost up to the ears, mouth, the way too many jagged teeth. You know, they're looking into the place, you know, upside down, like starting to widen slightly. Like taps on the window a few times.
I'm assuming like I'm.
Yeah, this is like Alex is downstairs. It's just like the free camera is seeing this. Like it's actually like showing the audience. You know, taps on the windows a few times, stops, waits a few moments, and then like basically getting like 3 fingers, kind of puts them onto the window and spins the hand, and then pokes it again, and like the circular section pops in. And he reaches into his coat, takes out this bag, which is like this like browny red stain along the bottom, and this sack is probably about like the size of his head. He kind of puts it up to the hole, realizes the hole's too small, pulls it back, makes the hole bigger, pops that bit of glass in, pushes the head through. Well, the bag thing, that's the size of his head through. He like keeps looking at the room and like licks his non-existent lips. You see his own tongue getting sliced open as it goes across his teeth, but healing almost instantly.
Oh no! Don't hurt Ryzen.
Yeah, he looks around, sees the rabbit, and does he have anything?
By the way, I would have also kept Crystal like upstairs in my room, probably sleeping on my bed, just so she can have a rest while I grab a drink.
You could have mentioned that earlier, but yeah, I will roll a perception for Crystal. Yeah, he kind of like looks around the room and notices the dragon who's now like looking at him. And yeah, and so like he like sees the dragon, and then the dragon launches herself off of the bed, going at him and breathing out this jet of flame. As he then cut downstairs, as Alex hears like the smashing of glass from upstairs.
And I'm assuming like the telekinetic like bond thing.
Yeah, the telepathic bond. You think? With Crystal, it's more of a bestial thing, so you feel like the sense of like threat, danger, kind of coming through.
I just like suddenly slam my glass down.
Talk, the spell familiar can talk. So you got your. It's like a cat kind of thing, isn't it? Your spell one.
Void. She's a little kitsune.
Yeah, kitsune. Yeah, as kitsune kind of follows you. Yeah, Void kind of follows you around and like looks up, and presumably go running up the stairs.
Like I just like slam my mug on the table. Fellas, let's go.
Yeah, they all like get up, knowing that you don't just like react randomly. Like clearly, there's some kind of reason. They'll follow you up. Yeah, you can like kick open the door, coming out to see this. Like, yeah, your window has been like basically blasted out. um. Yeah. Crystal launching herself at him and breathing out its jets. Yes. So yes, you would have felt that. The like thing of like ping danger. Actually, let's see. Would she have survived?
Probably not. If
Yeah.
if she hits at all, she's dead.
She's died every other time she's been hit, basically.
He rolled, but he still hit because he has a plus 12 as he rolls. That is 8, so 12 damage. Her HP is 10. She could have survived, but no. As you like run up and just as you get to the door, you feel that fairly familiar ping of Crystal died. As you come out and see your window like blasted open. Like you see like the like last vestiges of Crystal like vanishing away. And you see this like dark figure kind of move away from the window. And you see this like sack on the ground in front of your window.
All right, anybody who can go after him, go. I'm checking whatever the fuck this thing is.
Yeah. So one of them like watch guys. This like, yeah, this like, yeah, this Nurgly follower is like reasonably like bestial. He's like slouched over, jewels like a small amount of acid. Like he has this like small bib thing that comes out to catch it, so he doesn't just dribble acid everywhere. He kind of like jumps out the window, goes climbing up after it. Yeah,
all right,
he disappears.
I'm opening this bag. The fuck did he?
You open it and you see a head. You can see like the top of it. This is like blonde hair, fairly matted with blood.
I kind of like pull the bag down to see the face.
And you recognize them. This is one of the people that you worked with before Mordheim became this. Just one of the generic people. So you didn't really know them that well. They just also worked there.
Yeah, the bartender. Or something like that.
Yeah, and you can see like what at first you thought was like scratches. When you look closer, you realize there was writing like cut into their cheek.
Writing? What does it say?
Yeah, as you like, squint and look at it, you can like brush some of the stray blood away to like make it out better. He's like, that was the last one. Just 2 left.
Like, shit. It's like, all right, who here's fast and can get to the clan of the Culled?
You hear a thump up on the roof above you.
It's like, well,
You hear laughter, just like insane, deep, like fairly disturbing, just laughing. It's like maniacal laughing of somebody that hasn't laughed.
well, one of Nurgle's boys been lost.
Which is abruptly finished. Which abruptly ends.
Someone go tell Arlak that vampire boy here's back and that one of his Nurgle fellas got by him.
And one of the other ones, just like this Zinchian following one with this like blue like thick armor, kind of nods and heads out.
And it looks like I'm gonna need to make a bit of a trip down memory lane. Kind of like looking for Joel. Joel, you around here somewhere?
Joel was with you.
What? What?
Joel was with you. He's there.
Joel with me? I was like, Joel, looks like we're making a trip down memory lane. We've got to go grab the guys from the clan of the Culled, and we got to hunt this guy down because it's looking like they're just going to keep bashing at Arlak's guys till they get to me.
Yeah. He like nods. So hoping he wouldn't want to fuck with Arlak, but apparently not.
Yeah, he doesn't seem to have the best intuition a few things when it comes to targeting people.
We can cut away from that as Alex like starts mobilizing Arlak's band, as he doesn't really have a fancy name for them.
And Alex is kind of coming back to kind of like get the band back together, I guess.
You
Oh,
just had
so-
to say get the band back together, didn't you? You
It's
just
a
had to.
reunion.
Yep, I
As
did.
Alex is gonna pull the Blues Brothers.
Away the Beatles.
Hopefully not the second one.
Oh boy.
Electric
Anybody-
Boogaloo.
Anybody back at the Culled have anything they want to be doing?
Mange has. I mean, I sort of alluded to it before, but my original idea was, oh hey, I shouldn't be doing that because we're basically planning to move again. So, Mange was going to try and brighten up the mood and improve relationships with Mob, the optimally named last member of the Skaven Slave Mob.
Funnily
Yeah, what have
enough,
you to further your relationship?
So we trained him a little bit the first downtime, I'm pretty sure, was the first thing that Mange did with him.
You got trained up?
The second downtime, Mange is sort of showing him the ropes of being basically his new like he's not replacing Skid Scratch as a lackey because Skid Scratch is way too valuable.
Although it is funny that Mob has more hit dice than Skid Scratch.
Yeah, it's funnier.
So he's
That way.
technically more powerful.
but
Yeah,
Skid
but
Scratch has
Skid
more
Scratch has
HP.
more-
Mob is
Skid-
4.
Skid Scratch has more sentimental value at this point. But Mob
So Mob got pretty buff. Mob is up to 5 hit dice. He's got 10 HP more than Skid Scratch.
yeah. So
He's
basically
better than the Black Rats.
Mange is
Didn't
going to
see-
be
Point
he's going to be basically giving Mob the down low on how he's going to be assisting Mange on the front lines now as his sort of Mange winds up bugging Siegfried at one point for asking what the heck the Empire calls the little people that follow the big people around, and basically eventually just says, "Oh yeah, Squire."
Yeah. Yeah, you take a moment like, oh, a squire? All right.
Yeah, Mob is fairly happy, just like follow you around. I'd say, yeah, Mange would definitely wake up several times to Mob just kind of like lying on top of him. And how would Mange react to that? Just waking up with Mob on him.
It's a Skaven thing. Mange doesn't care.
Yeah, it's not a common Skaven thing, as Skaven tend to be quite nervous about being stabbed. But you do
Yeah,
know
but
that
but
the Mob
Mange
always
is not a
sets big
normal.
pile.
Mange is not a
Yeah.
normal Skaven.
So he's kind of wake up feeling that, just kind of like, just let it happen.
Mange wakes up, notices Mob on top of him, but Mange needs to be awake now, so he sort of just like gets up and pushes him off as much as he needs to in order to get out of the bed.
Yeah, you like slide him off, keep moving.
Yeah, Mange isn't necessarily trying to be like subtle or like let him continue to sleep or anything like that. He's being brusque and quick about it. He doesn't care if he's just like shrugging him real quick, but he's not trying to be rough either. He's just like normally getting out of bed and he doesn't care about the consequences.
Yeah, Mob is generally actually no, they slept in a big pile. He's a fairly deep sleeper. Yeah, you can like slide him off and he just like slumps onto the bed, continues sleeping. So you spend some time like teaching Mob the way of the Skaven Squire. Yeah, he's following you around, much like Skid Scratch tends to.
Yep. Though in Skid Scratch's case, Skid Scratch tends to be more like Mange's messenger and yes man, if anything.
Yeah.
Mange
Whereas
is sort
Mob
of
is like your bodyguard.
Mob is going to be more akin to like bodyguard assistant in like frontline combat, which is what I was sort of trying to do with Skid Scratch, but is not built for.
I mean, Skid Scratch would be just as good at it. He's just only 3 hit dice, while Mob has 5 now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't updated his token. 23 health. 4.
Yeah, I was wondering about that.
Yeah. I'll probably need to rebalance that so you can't take somebody from less than 1 to 5 hit dice instantly. Probably have more gradual wise, but yeah, figure that out later.
Mange's training is
Any other-
really good when in desperation.
Yeah. Mob was ready to learn.
Mob was the
was
survivor,
fated.
the one who lived.
He's got this
The
whole
lad who
lightning
lived.
scar on his forehead.
Is it shaped like an axe wound or an arrow or a lightning strike?
It isn't a
It's
lightning
like
bolt,
fully
it's just like a bad smiley
Yeah.
face.
Yeah. Anybody else?
Yeah,
have
we're going
anything
for the
they want?
full meme.
Is there anything else anybody wants to do? Otherwise, this is a decent point to finish off.
All right.
Only
Well,
thing
PlayStation
someone would do
10
is boot off and do his thing.
Next session is going to be interesting because when I created Samantha, I never intended for Samantha and Alex to meet, and it is just going to be a horny disaster.
Oh yeah, that I can see that. Oh boy.
Okay, damn. You're gonna have to attempt to flirt with yourself while simultaneously rejecting yourself. It's going to be the funniest shit to see yourself do that.
Alex won't be coming in next session. Will be, well, presumably you guys going.
Yeah, we were gonna do this dungeon crawl next session, but it might be the session afterward that we probably get to see this strange sort of like internal conflict.
Like Arlak would want to like hunt him down himself. Like, nah, we don't need them.
Fluff performs multi-personality disorder.
Like a Jekyll and Hyde
Somehow
flash
ends
session.
up seizing Fluff's self over wanting Solomon.
Fluff somehow seduces himself.
Alex would
What-
likely insist that they bring the clan of the Culled because he knows that they're the kind of people who are able to do this. And have
But I could also point out that none of you know how to track stuff. You're gonna have like a few of his people actually try and find out where the fuck the guy lives. Because
To be
when you found what
fair,
you thought was his base, he was just hanging out there, like he didn't actually live there. He set that up as a trap. He's like kind of having some guys go out trying to find where he actually stays. And all that. So yeah, it's going to be from like a week or two. It's going to be a bit before you actually find out where the guy is based.
hey, Samantha, with her vampire knowledge, might be able to like kind of narrow it down a little bit.
But none
Yeah,
of
he'd
you
be
know
able to
that
help.
Samantha exists over there.
Yet.
they don't know about Samantha.
Well, Joel knows a bit about vampires as well.
Yeah.
But
also
anywho.
that you're not entirely sure what kind he is, because there's a few that fit. But yeah.
I'm assuming we're ending off there, so.
Yeah.
We're gonna call that for everyone. Thank you all for coming by and joining us for Mordheim Clan of the Cold. It's been a lovely time. Thank you very much. Have a lovely one.